Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. I have another beer from my beer box, which is my beer club. Every month they send me a dozen beers, 6 different types of beers. So this is the second one of this month's box. And this is from Long Slice Brewery. Now with the beer box comes a little newsletter. Tells me a little bit about the brewery and a little bit about the beer itself. So, Long Slice Brewery is out of Toronto, Ontario. It says brothers Jimmy and John Pete and their lifelong friend Sebastian Leitch made up the team behind Long Slice Brewery. Jimmy and John had been brewing beer together since their teen years when they realized that although they were too young to purchase beer, they were old enough to buy all the ingredients to make it. Entrepreneurs right there. Long Slice Brewery was born on March 20th, 2014. In 2018, they partnered with the Doc Ellis to create the Varian Brew Pub, giving them their first brick and mortar location. Now this is a blonde ale. Carry it till you make it, Pastry Blonde 5.0. It said, what would happen if you add milk, sugar, and vanilla to a blonde ale? Long Slice tried it, and the result is a beer equivalent of licking the spatula after icing a birthday cake. They call it the Pastry Blonde. So this is it. So honestly, I'm not quite sure what to make of it. See if there's any information. Just brewed in Toronto, contains barley, yeast, lactose. As I said, 5.0 says a blonde ale brewed with vanilla and lactose. And it says let them drink cake. Alright, I've already given my glass a quick cold water rinse. If you hear me meowing, it's my cat Spaghetti in the background. He's quite vocal, likes to be known that he's around. Normally as soon as I pick up the phone or start talking on video, he has a tendency to show up. All 22 pounds of him, so not a small little guy. Alright, so my Pastry Blonde, it's a light colored beer. Typical for a blonde ale. A little bit of head, not a lot. Typical ale aroma. Nothing's really jumping. I think there's something there. Perhaps vanilla, I'm not quite sure. It all comes down to how does it taste though. Wow. You can definitely taste the vanilla. Wow, I'm not quite sure what to make of it. I don't know. It's unique, I'll give it that much. Not sure how well I like it. Well, it's unique. The vanilla is definitely there, but it's not overwhelming. And it's one of those ones, I'm not sure if I like it or not. So it's not a bad beer by any means. That is really interesting. Like I said, it's not overwhelming. It's just enough there that you go, Like if you didn't know what it was and you just had it, you'd definitely let you hem and haw a few times. And it's a good name because it makes me think of vanilla cake, a vanilla birthday cake. Cake it till you make it. Have another little sip. It's a nice beer. Definitely a bit of a thirst quencher. I'm actually enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would after the first sip. Kind of threw me off with the vanilla, but it's definitely a nice beer. I have to give it a rating. My ratings are always out of 5, with a 1 being a drain port. Don't like it, can finish. I'm going to pour it down the drain. Only happened, I think, once, maybe twice. 2 is, yeah, I'm not a big fan, but I'll finish it. A 3 is a good beer. A 4 would be a very good beer, and 5 would be the best beer ever. Offhand, I'm thinking this one between a 3.5 and a 4. And I've never given a 5, and I've only given maybe 2 or 3 4.5. So anything above a 3 is a good beer, obviously. If I give it a 3.5 to a 4.5, and a 4.5 is not often, so a 3.5 or 4, that's a pretty damn good beer. And this one I'm definitely no less than a 3.5. I'm thinking possibly a 4. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. I'm tempting to give it a 4.0. It is a good beer. It's pretty damn close to a very good beer. It's very unique, I think, with the hint of vanilla, and I am enjoying it. However, I think after a couple of them, I think it might even get a little bit much. I was going to say sickly, but that's not the correct word. But I think, it's a unique beer. It's definitely a nice beer. But I think if I had 2, that would be my limits, possibly 3. Now, if there was nothing else available, I'm sure I'd have a couple more other than that. But I think it'd be a nice beer to, if you're sitting down, having 1 or 2, having a chat, I think it would be a really nice beer. So I'm going to give it, stick with my 3.5. With that being said, I'm going to give it a strong 3.5. If I did anything other than full ratings and half ratings, like if I did 3.75, it would definitely be up there. So it's definitely one I think you should check out. I'm not sure outside Toronto where you're going to get it, other than the beer club that I'm involved with. So if you do see it, by all means, pick it up and let me know what you think. So there you go, folks, for the Long Slice Brewery, Cake It Till You Make It, Pastry Blonde, 3.5. Hope you get a chance to check it out. Until next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.